Hello, everybody. Welcome to finally another real episode of Dungeon Boys. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons this week, we're doing Brice's one-shot campaign. So I'm going to turn it over from here to the DEM.
First time DM, that is.
That's right.
So you guys are going to have to bear with me, Keith especially. That's a side joke y'all get later.
You'll understand it in a minute.
But yes, this is my first time DMing, and we are recording my first time DMing. So if you guys have any suggestions for how I can do less terribly, I will be happy to receive those. And maybe we can continue forward with some better DMing from me if we do more one-shots.
If you have suggestions, the best place now is in our Discord server. You can find that by going to the Twitter page at Tank Media Games. There's a link.
That's right.
All right. You boys ready to get started?
I'm ready. I
thought we were already playing.
Well, also, yeah, Brice is a DM. I am Keith. I'm playing a Goliath bear-shaped barbarian named Win-Pooh.
Mr. I don't like homebrew.
What? There's like compared to the homebrew you jabronis get into, this is like the mildest homebrew.
Hey, I've been pretty mild on my character
That's
selections.
true. Josh has been.
Speaking of which, I am going vanilla ice cream tonight. I am playing a human. I am playing a cleric, and that is what you get.
Okay.
That is what you get.
And we're very excited, as you can probably tell.
Oh yeah, it's time.
Yeah, all two of you.
It's time.
Very excited.
Yeah, but we're excited enough for like a whole crowd of people. So I mean that counts, right?
Yeah,
I'm presently wearing a diaper.
The feeling you're experiencing, I have felt
Nothing
for
new.
50 episodes.
Yeah.
And then a year before that, when we didn't record it.
Yeah. But you know what? I think it's time.
Yeah, we'll make it fast like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, let's play.
Slow and painful. All right, so to set the scene, the beginning of this, you want me to explain now where this...
Sure.
Okay. So this, obviously, if you watch or listen to our normal Dungeon Boys campaign, you know that a third of it took place on Winnefred's Waddle.
A third of it. More like just 10 episodes.
We were on that ship for a minute, but it was really cool.
It was.
We made some friends. There was some combat.
Yeah, I didn't expect a microcosm to appear in that ship, but a whole ecosystem really just cropped up.
Anyway, that ship didn't do so hot in its later days of our talkings about it.
The majestic Waddle.
And we have two unlikely survivors are floating away from this ship, and I will set the scene for that now. As you have gone into the ocean, you hear what sounds like gargled sounds of grrr, crash, grrr, crash, before your heads are dipped underwater. And the next time you resurface, you've managed to scramble onto some floating debris or whatever. You're holding on for dear life as waves rock everything around you. There seemed to have been a storm coming up behind the ship as it was making its way, and you've drifted into that. There's giant 10-foot waves all around you, crashing and splashing, lightning coming down, and you only see flashes. You don't see each other, but you feel like you're the only ones in this vast ocean of turmoil. And then each of you sees your own respective wave that just looks like it's going to end it all. And
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
Wave.
And as it like crusts, you hear that whooshing, and just before it makes that clap on top of you, everything just goes quiet until you hear the chirping of birds, and you feel warm all over, and you crack your eyes open just a little bit, only to slam them back shut after the onslaught of sunlight blasts into them. And you now have control of your characters to re-engage the sun in this battle of opening your eyes.
I think I'll go swimming.
Win-Pooh just really rips his eyes open.
Oh!
So are we like nearby each other?
Neither of you have looked around or anything. I don't know. You just open your eyes. You're laying
I'm looking around.
on your back. You see blue. You blue
Perception,
sky.
please. I'd like to perceive.
All right. Roll for it.
Before he perceives anything, I'm just like, I'm searching, I'm looking for this little notebook
Okay.
that I carry with me everywhere. I'm like patting myself down, looking for the notebook.
You've started with everything that you thought you would start with.
All right, thank God.
You got it.
Thank God.
Nat 20.
I'm kidding.
Baby.
It's 5 feet away from you.
No.
What's that?
Nat 20, baby.
Ooh, goody.
All right,
But this is not the roll.
Darn. There's a role that we know about that's very important.
We don't know what the role is.
It's not even very important. It's meant to be funny, but it will kill them if they both get a critical fail.
Now that I know that my notebook is okay, I'm opening the eyes cautiously. I'm opening the eyes. Perception.
Go for it.
Boom. That is a nat 9 right there. Wait, do I have anything for that? Yeah, let's add a +4 to that. I got 13.
All right, so you both recognize the fact that you are on an island, and I take it you sit up and you're kind of looking around. All you see is the ocean right now because that's the direction you're facing. You seem to have washed up on your backs facing towards the ocean. And if the large bear man looks to his left, he sees a tiny human man, and the tiny human man looks to his right, he sees a Goliath of a bear beast. You may have your reactions to that as you please.
Are you real?
That's an excellent fill.
Thank you.
I'm brushing off my fur, just so physical description, I guess, real quick. Win-Pooh is like a 6'7", 6'8", just jacked bear man. He's a Goliath that was turned into I'll post a picture in our Discord for you to see, but just imagine a man with a bear head but covered in muscles and fur. He wears hide pants and a tight belt around his waist, like a big wide belt. He just looks like a very tribal bear man.
That'll work.
He's got a big axe. He's got a big axe on his back. Oh, gotcha. I'm real.
You look an awful lot like a bear.
I do, because I am awful lot like a bear.
Well, worse things have happened today, so okay, I'll roll with it.
Were you also in the shipwreck?
Yes, you were on the ship as well. I don't remember seeing you anywhere.
I've never napped on this beach before. I was definitely on the ship. But no one was supposed to know that. Are you going to get me in trouble for being on the ship?
Look, man, there's no more ship.
I'm reaching on my back for the axe.
No. Listen, no need for that. No need for that, friend. No need for that.
Oh, names.
Names?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I know. I was about to say as I don't remember your name turns around.
I'm no need for that. No need. Look. I'm Byron. My name is Byron. Byron is a friend. Do not chop Byron.
No have to talk that way. Not stupid. Not kill either. Nice meet you, Byron. Name Win-Pooh.
Win-Pooh?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard of the Pooh family.
Win-Pooh has an H on the end, so no, not a poop thing.
No, okay. That's very, very good distinction on that one. It was beginning to raise a few
Cruel
questions.
as father was, not a poop thing in name.
As Byron was gesturing around to show that there is no longer a ship, he gestures pretty widely, and you both look over to see a very dense jungle to your backs. And I suppose y'all stand up and take it all in. With your 20 perception and your 15, huh? No, 13. You see all these plants and everything. Something looks a little bit off.
Not the giant bear man.
There is a magnificently large mountain in the middle of it all, in the middle of this island. The island is like, I don't know how to describe an island in size. If you're looking at the middle of the island, you can't see the sides of the island. Okay. But if you look around, you definitely know that this isn't part of a larger continent. It is an island.
That'll wait.
There's a large mountain coming up straight out of the middle of it, and there's lots and lots of holes all around it, almost like an anthill.
With my 20 perception, are there snow-capped peaks on this mountain?
There are no snow-capped peaks. Okay. In fact, there is no peak on this mountain at all. It is flat on top.
Okay.
It does.
Flat on
It
top.
appears more like a volcano that is no longer active, except for one big spike coming out of the middle of it. You, as humans, would recognize it looking sort of like the Washington Monument. It just looks like a big pylon coming out of the middle
obelisk.
of it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The strange things Byron does not notice, but you with your nat 20 notice. A lot of these plants have a real glossy texture, and sometimes when the wind blows, you see like a shiny, silvery underneath all the leaves.
Ooh, pretty.
This island is very strange. Do you know anything about this island, Byron?
I don't even know where we are. Look, I'm getting out my notebook, and I just start like writing things down and like jotting down notes about everything. Just how unusual everything looks. This is just more evidence that points to I'm right, and everybody else is wrong.
What am I wrong about?
Oh no, not you, Mr. Pooh, specifically, but
It's all right. Been wrong before.
I have a theory. I have a theory that this whole world is created by just some player in a game.
That's hogwash.
He's found us!
That does make much sense. There are gods of this world.
No,
I've been told.
there's one though, and I'm searching the world for evidence to try to prove it. I am his one true disciple.
Heard that before too.
No,
You think there are big, scary
listen,
creatures on this island, Byron?
listen, I will prove to you. I will prove to you that there is the one Lord Keith, creator of all fates.
You can try. I don't care.
Keith has a big goofy grin on his face while he's
Yeah.
saying this.
Just laugh.
I'm sitting there. I'm just continuing to write down like how unusual things are. I'm taking notes on everything.
But do you think there are big, creatures, monsters on this island?
Oh, undoubtedly so.
All right. I was headed to the Round Isle to try to kill something big and attain glory, and hopefully be able to rejoin my family one day. Maybe I'll find it here. Would you like to join me into the jungle, or will you stay here on the beach?
I'm not staying here by myself.
As you glance over Byron's shoulder, because he has his back to it,
Sure.
but as you glance over his shoulder, you see off in the distance more wreckage from the ship.
On down the beach.
Huh? Yeah.
Well, if you don't want to stay here by yourself, there might be some more people in that wreckage. You could help them.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going that way. Wait, are you going off into the jungle to go and slay some of those enemies you were looking for?
Well, I mean, we're stuck on the island, so I guess I have time. I can come with you.
All right, I'll lead the way.
Very good.
God. I am not prepared otherwise.
The little old lady from Atlantis, just putting out her cigarette. We're all gonna die.
All right, so you guys are going to head in the direction of the more pieces of wood and such?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good idea. There's a lot of winking going on.
I'm following Byron.
All right.
I wasn't going to do that to you, I promise.
As you guys approach this wreckage, you see that it's not really as much as you at first thought it was. It seems to be some scraps of wood, and the largest piece of debris really looks like an outhouse turned on its side. Don't know why an outhouse would be on a ship. Would you like to make a perception check on this outhouse?
Did you bring an outhouse with you?
No. Do you think there's any food around in this wreckage?
Not in the outhouse.
Looking for food?
I'm looking for, I'm just examining all the wreckage with the 15. Well, no, I actually have additions.
So my actual character pulls out a D20 that's like the size of a tennis ball.
You gonna roll that on the beach?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. So he's rolling this dice. It's the size of a tennis ball. He's like, will the Lord bless us with perception on this day? Let's see. I got a 15 on that one.
I rolled an 18.
18 and 15.
Yeah.
Dang.
This is the first character I've
Looking
ever
good.
played.
He's rolling
that has
these
an
numbers, but he
addition
has
to-
no idea what they mean. So
All right, so upon closer inspection of this outhouse, you see that it looks like it was once part of a larger wall. It almost looks like some enormous creature, has ripped a supply closet off of the ship you were on, and the supply closet washed up on the beach. And there are several apples and potatoes and sort of things like that scattered about, along with some cutlery like knives, a couple ladles, stuff like that, and they kind of trail off towards the jungle as if somebody gathered an armful and just hobbled away.
I want to pick up a couple of those potatoes.
For the first time Byron has noticed, Win-Pooh goes from pretty nonchalant about this whole thing to pretty intrigued, rather excited. I would like to roll a perception or whatever it would take to find jars of any kind.
Oh,
Jars
no.
of any kind. Go for it.
14.
Do I notice him searching for stuff?
You notice, yeah, he seems to be like kind of kicking around sand and stuff in search of something.
And I'm also, while I'm searching fairly frantically at this point, and you can hear me go.
You see, there's obviously a dark brown jar of something on the ground. Would you like to bend over and pick it up?
Pick it up, open it.
Win-Pooh, what are you after there?
I'm not paying attention.
He opens it and smells it, and smells the sweet aroma of fig preserves.
So I'm. My senses aren't attuned enough to be able to tell that, but I bring it in close to my nose and and I stick my snout into the jar and then I pull the jar off my snout. And there's fig preserves all over my nose, and I wipe it off and that's not it. And I hurl it into the ocean.
Byron, would you like to assist him in finding jars?
Me? No. I'm staying out of this.
But
I don't want to know what he's going to do when he finds the right one.
are you talking to me?
Yeah. Who are you talking to? Anyway,
I guess it fits the character.
Yeah.
What do you say? I give up on my search and.
Well, no. Byron backs up, hands up, no, I'm staying out, and he kicks something, and you hear a tinkling noise.
That was not Byron.
I turn directly to him and stare at his feet.
You see a gold cap with a filigreed beehive on top of the cap.
Byron, don't move.
What is it? What is it?
The jar at your feet.
What?
Give it to me.
What?
As I lick my snout.
Hey, you can have it. You can have it.
Then give it to me.
He backs up more and steps
I don't
on
want to
the jar.
endanger it. Did he
It didn't break, but he is standing on it.
Byron,
Yeah.
grab the jar and hand it to me.
I have to bring it to you. You're a little bit frightening right now.
Byron.
But, okay, all right. You want to do an intimidation?
Sure.
Intimidation versus what? Constitution?
Surprisingly, not very
charisma?
intimidating, Bear Man.
I just roll a charisma. I got 17 on charisma.
I got 18.
8. Yeah. Okay. You know what, Mr. Pooh, you can have here. Let me here. Have this jar.
I know.
I'm very cautiously handing it to.
Politely asking you to hand me. God, I pop it open and just.
You're
Just a
your whole
smackerel.
snout and everything is just covered with this stuff.
Congratulations, Win-Pooh. You have found half a jar of honey.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so the last thing you hear before the honey goes onto his snout is just a smackerel. So he sucks the honey down and is like, I was very hungry. Sorry if I seemed a little bit alarmed.
Oh, bother.
Shall we follow the trail into the jungle?
Listen, you lead the way this time.
All right, so I'm going to get the last
I
little...
don't know if I want. You had a little madness in your eye there.
I'm going to get the last Winnie the Pooh reference out of the way just because I think it's fun, and then I'll be done with it. So I reach on my back and grab my axe and take it into my hand.
Because that's a Winnie the Pooh reference.
Well, no, and as you see where my hand lands on the axe, you see engraved in a very rudimentary, almost Comic Sans font into the handle of the wooden handle of my axe. It reads "The 100-Acre Wood." I pull it off my back and walk two-handed axe into the jungle.
I love it. I love your character.
We're both playing kind of memey ones. It's pretty fun.
It makes it easier on me.
Barbarian.
It certainly does. All right, so y'all are walking towards the jungle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm already halfway there.
Byron, did you pick up some of that food?
I got a few of these potatoes.
Good God.
What? You don't like
I'll
potatoes?
go back if I get hungry.
Perception.
Look, it's a small island. This is a small island. I think we just come right back. It'll be all right.
As you reach the edge of the jungle, one more perception.
Boink.
This is also not the perception check.
10.
All right.
11.
You hear it. He sees it.
Cool.
Hey.
You see a coconut fall from this tree with the leaves with a silvery underside, and as the coconut falls, just before it reaches the ground, it seems like a portal opens up and the coconut falls through, and it reappears back where it was, but still falling, and it keeps passing through a portal every time, but the portal seems to get smaller and smaller each time it passes through. But this coconut is just going faster and faster and faster every time.
Win-Pooh.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
Until the portal finally just doesn't appear one time, and this coconut slams into the ground, and it shakes the whole area around it.
It's like a tiny little crater.
Yeah.
Well, I just felt a coconut hit the ground, and I heard a whirring sound. Did you see
That
something?
felt like a coconut. At least Mach 5.
Did you see? I'm not taking it back. Did you see anything, Byron?
See, yes, the coconut was just falling from the tree repeatedly.
Like multiple coconuts?
No, just one coconut falling from the tree, and it kept going back to the top of the tree.
Anybody who's played the game Portal and put a portal on the floor and on the ceiling, you have experienced this.
This seems to be a very strange island. The bottom sides of the leaves are an odd color, too.
Look, as long as it's dry ground, I'm happy to have dry ground right now, but I think we need to keep our eyes open.
We'll see if that remains true.
To everybody at home, we talked on several episodes back that we never really used the whole paper and pen thing. I'm actually going paper and pen
I
and a
always
set
use
of
paper
dice.
and pen.
Pinper.
Penper. Yeah, I'm doing the penper. I've always done the app or something like that, so this time around, I'm actually doing the paper. So if I'm a little bit slower than normal, that's why.
All right. So you've also, with your perception checks, you have found something that looks like sort of a path leading into the jungle. Like there's more like sand and stuff that seems like it's kind of been kicked in that direction. And it opens up. There's less trees. It's all just less dense. It looks like you're supposed to go this way. Hint, hint, nod, nod.
Mr. Bearpooh, I think we should just keep going into the interior.
Win-Pooh.
Yes, Mr. Win-Pooh.
I agree. You continue to follow me if you like.
You've got the big axe.
And as you're walking along, you hear a booming, deep, majestic voice call out to you, "Gentlemen, welcome to the Gauntlet of Tulloose."
Oh, no.
You got to go back and listen to season 1 of Dungeon Boys until you understand that reference. But seems like we found our way to the Gauntlet of Tulloose.
What's a Toulouse?
I don't know. I was trying to think of any. I have no idea.
He will be explained further in the thing.
Shall we?
I'm following you. I don't trust this Toulouse guy.
All right.
Me neither. We'll see.
As you guys move forward, you see a sign that appears to be written in blood. It says, "Enter if you dare." Would you like to make a perception check now?
Byron, do we dare? 14.
21!
Okay. So, as you both look around, there's very obviously a big pile of leaves in a circular shape on the other side of what appears to be a wire to make you trip and fall on the circle of leaves. You recognize this as very obviously a pitfall, and if you had tripped on that wire, you would have fallen to your death inside this deep pit. You may do as you please now.
Look, a bed!
Byron, do you see this trap?
It's probably the most obvious trap I've ever seen.
Poorly constructed.
I'd say.
Should
Shall we go around?
I'd slice the wire with my axe, kind of gently, just.
Nothing happens. The line just goes slack.
And then I push my axe kind of into where the leaves are, kind of swirl it around where the hole would be.
The leaves all fall into a rather deep hole.
It's just full of that same coconut that kept falling.
We could have been one of those leaves, Byron.
It would have been a tragic fate.
Around it?
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Is like it's just such an obvious trap. We're both like,
there's got to be something more here.
It seems that the person this gauntlet is poorly constructed.
Agreed.
I am not afraid.
Neither am I, ironically.
Interesting.
What's the trap for? Obviously, it's guarding something.
Me. And a well-built, muscular man steps out from the jungle, and he has flowing golden blonde hair, a big chiseled chin. He said, I am Matthias Kane. Wait, what? I meant to say my name is Matthias Kane. That's not right. And he reaches up to both of his ears and he pulls forward, and as he does so, a wooden mask comes off of him, and his body immediately morphs into like a fat blob. He's like, I meant to say my name is Pinkerton Tulloose. I found this mask mixed in with some of the stuff on the ship. It had a booklet with it describing where it came from. Apparently, these people were smuggling artifacts of great magical power. It's supposed to be a replica of the legendary Mask of Many Faces, but it only turns you into Matthias Kane.
Not a threat.
I don't really know any Matthias, but this fellow looks like he might have been on the boat. I think I saw him in the kitchen.
I never got to
Kitchen?
go to...
Yes, on the Winnefred Waddle. That was me.
I was certainly not on the Winnefred's Waddle.
No, he's been here the whole time. And I'm just like nodding and winking towards Toulouse.
But
yeah.
you do make a very good sausage.
I do?
I mean...
Have you met my sausage
okay,
before?
fine. Fine. I was smuggling myself on the bottom of the boat.
Yeah, apparently there was a lot of people doing that this time around.
Rather
strange.
I heard a lot of noise.
Pretty much everybody on the boat.
I was able to sleep. I'm accidentally part bear, you see, so I could sleep a really long time.
That makes sense. I don't really want to put on this mask anymore. I just want to be me for a little while. I guess it makes a good enough piece of armor. And he tucks it behind his belt and uses it more like a cup. And then a robust chin forms around his groin as golden locks unfurl from the top of its head, and two eyes open only to wink at you. And he screams and rips it off. And instead puts it in a bag, and he's like, oh, no. And he opens his pants and looks down, he's like, whew, I thought I might have lost the old twig and berries for a moment, but we're okay.
Yeah, don't do that again.
I plan not to.
Win-Pooh checks his own, like, yep, still got mine too.
The notebook comes back out, and I'm just writing all this down.
So, what are you doing here?
Just surviving, you know. You guys want to join me back at camp? There's more boxes of magic stuff if you guys want some. I already opened my 3, so it's your turn, I guess.
I seek the blood of a strong creature. I imagine they would help me in my quest.
Oh, undoubtedly. Well, some of them. But mostly undoubtedly.
I've got time.
Sure, why not? There's nothing really else pressing going on. Listen, what was the trap there specifically for us?
Oh, yes.
Are you concerned about other things?
Well, I don't just want anybody coming up and, like, taking my stuff. So I set up a gauntlet of traps.
You will have to do better next time.
Wait, now, wait a moment. You said there's a gauntlet of traps.
Yeah. The tripwire and the pitfall.
Oh, thank God.
I'll be honest, I don't know what constitutes gauntlet.
I think that was it.
You have to do better next time.
Well, hopefully I won't be here long enough for next time. I have been working on a raft to try and get out of this place.
A raft?
Yes. As I said, join me at camp and we'll go over some of the stuff.
Lead the way, my man. Lead the way.
And Pinkerton Tulloose, whom we originally met as dungeon boys on the Winnefred's Waddle, was the ship's chef.
Yes.
Chef.
And he made many a potato dish with our valiant Jack Law.
Yeah.
So you follow him back to his camp, and you do see a raft that seems to be nearing completion. Of course, it's in the middle of the jungle, so you don't really know what's going to happen with that. So, welcome to Casa de Toulouse.
How long was I asleep?
I don't know. Wait, Pinkerton, is that your name? How long have you been here?
I'd say probably 2 weeks now. I know you may think that's a long time for you to be out, but it's really not that strange. Well, of course it is strange, but this whole island seems to be strange. Time doesn't work quite normally here.
Yeah, and the leaves are funny.
Yes, I don't know what that is. It seems to be a mutation that's on just about everything in the island. Everything's a bit strange. I take it you saw some of the coconuts? I did hear a rather large boom as you were approaching.
Byron saw.
We did see yes, that was unusual.
Well,
It went down in my notebook for sure. This
everything
is
is
not
like
part of
that.
the natural world, I'm telling you.
Observe, this is a dessert I made with coconut shavings from one of those portal traveling coconuts. Here, have one. And it's just like a plate of, it looks like little lemon squares with shaved coconut on top.
Win-Pooh, you eat it.
Win-Pooh grabs all of them from the plate and
As you reach towards your mouth, you hear a crackling noise, and all of them, like your hand just closes on nothing, and you look back at the plate, and they've all returned to the plate.
This is not a funny joke.
It's not. I spent hours making these, and I look super good, and they never get moldy or anything, but I can't eat a single one. It's been here since I got here.
A true curse.
Truly torturous.
Could this be from your god that doesn't exist?
Obviously. Well, no, now he obviously exists. How can you explain something like that? This is not natural at all.
He has a point. It doesn't seem very natural to me.
Obviously, there's some sort of a person that's treating this whole thing like a game of sorts.
Well, so do you want us to help you move the raft to the ocean or something?
It's not quite complete yet, and as you can see, it's getting a bit dark, and that's when the creatures come out.
Ooh, creatures.
What kind of creatures?
They're sort of insect-like creatures. They have wings and faces like praying mantises, but they're as large as some of the tallest men I've met.
Ooh.
Maybe not quite as large as you.
Byron kind of leans over to Win-Pooh. Win-Pooh, aren't insects normally attracted to figgy preserves and honey and things that are dripping from your face?
Yes, Win-Pooh protect you though.
Good.
Never
That's
met
wonderful.
bug Win-Pooh could not squish.
Now, I say that these plants are infuriating, but they do have a couple properties that you can make use of. Like these. I made these bags out of coconut husks. Observe. And he takes one of the, he has a giant, I didn't describe him very well, but he has a giant ladle on his back that was definitely used for cooking for hundreds of people at a time, but is now more of a war mace. And he takes this coconut husk bag that he has, and he puts the entire ladle inside of it. As you can see, there's definitely no way this ladle could fit inside this bag. But of course, it does, and he takes it back out. Luckily for you, I have made several. And he hands you each your own spatial coconut bag.
See? I told you. It's just further evidence. None of this makes any sense.
Neither does your god.
Ah. Alright, so I'm taking my little coconut bag. I very cautiously put my dice down into it. Does it like disappear?
The further you reach in, you almost feel it like shrink until your fingers are just touching each other and it's no longer in your hand.
Should I take my hand back out?
As you take your hand back out, if you're thinking about the dice, you feel it sort of reforming in your hand as it gets wider and larger. It seems to shrink as it goes in and get larger as it comes out.
Ooh, this is going in the book for sure.
I guess I can show you to those magic items that if you guys still want some.
Sure. Listen, while we're on the way, how is it that you've lasted so long against these buggies in the night?
Well, maybe you should get your magic items first, and I will show you what I found.
Oh.
So
Win-Pooh just jams his bag inside of his little satchel.
Just wadded up.
Bag and bag. Alright, so I got a list of the 12 crates that are still there.
Okay. Just wants to roll for him?
The crates of magical items.
Yes.
Magical item crate.
I will read the names of them, and you guys are welcome to ask me what one in particular is. There's two of them. You have two each that definitely fit your characters pretty well. Ooh. And then your third item can be any of the remaining number of them.
Brice has briefed us before this, but there are 12 magical items, right?
Correct.
And then we're to take 3 each.
12 minus the 3 that Pinkerton Tulloose has already got.
Okay, so there's 9.
So I guess I'll do it as Tulloose. Here, I'll just read off the items that I have found. And I'll go ahead and tell you the first 3 are the ones that I chose. Number 1 was the Mask of Matthias Kane. Human wizard's failed attempt at recreating a god-crafted artifact. The mask maxes out all stats of the wearer, but you can only turn into Matthias Kane.
For external use only.
The second one was a rather strange instrument. It didn't appear to be magical at first. It was just simply labeled the Desert Eagle. And the only description given was, all men will come to fear the roar of the Desert Eagle.
What's it look like?
It looks like a pistol. He'll demonstrate it later.
Oh, God.
And the third item I chose was called Gordon's Tasting Spoon. If the wielder eats anything with this spoon, he will know how to recreate its recipe perfectly.
That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, Gordon.
I came up with all of these items today.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Yes.
The golden
Except
eagle?
for the mask. Huh?
The golden eagle?
The Desert Eagle.
Desert eagle, yeah.
Yeah. All of these. The rest of the items are the Spelldrinker's Mace, the War Master's Head of Great Axe.
Ooh, what's that do?
The head of the War Master's Great Axe, it is an axe that you can put on any handle. As an action, make a strength check, and every point beyond 10 is equal to 1 foot of travel of the axe head.
Just put it on the other end of your axe handle.
It says that the end of the axe is locked in with the head, and it will extend as if the hilt of your axe is extending, but only in a straight line. And at the end of your swing, it will return to the axe handle.
So it gives me more range.
Yeah. Just so I can explain this to you, I didn't write it all down.
Sure, that's fine.
But like, if you swing this axe head, you roll a d20 and you add your strength modifier, and every point above 10 is a foot of travel. So if you want to get to like, if you want to hit an enemy that's like 8 feet away, then you have your regular 5 feet of swing, and you need at least 3 points more to hit him.
Okay.
And it will hit him.
Okay.
But at the end of your swing, it will return to you, like Absolutely. There is nothing that will stop this axe head from returning to you.
Okay.
So if you put the axe head and handle on either side of a mountain, then it will pull through the mountain to get back. It will take the path of least resistance, whether it needs to pull the handle towards the axe head or the axe head towards the handle. So if you swing it over like a cliff or something and hook it on, the axe handle will be pulled towards the head, and you can use it almost like a Indiana Jones whip.
Gotcha. Win-Pooh definitely reaches for that, and you can continue writing them down.
Okay. The next was the next item were the Ghost Striders. The next were the Titan Striders, the Fresh Air Ring, the Toy Soldiers, the Stamp of the Stubborn Mule, the Everflame Candle, and the Elder Dragon Egg.
I was trying to write them down, but
My bad.
So what we got? Ghost Strider, Titan Strider,
Okay.
Air Freshener.
Do you want me to just go through them?
Yeah.
Okay. The Ghost Striders, that was supposed to be funnier than it actually is. It's supposed to be like Ghost Rider.
I missed it before. I'm sorry.
The Ghost Striders are boots that allow you to teleport up to the distance of your movement speed at the cost of your movement speed. You cannot travel through any areas you yourself could not pass through, such as through fences or under doors. Effects of difficult terrain still apply, is like if your movement speed is cut in half by an area, your teleport distance is cut in half by that area as well. Movement or momentum is not carried through the teleport. You can't be like in the middle of a jump, teleport 30 feet, and then continue the rest of your jump to get over great distances.
Smart.
Cool. Okay. How about the...
But also it works, I suppose, like the grappling hook from Just Cause. Since your momentum isn't carried, you can fall from a plane and teleport to the ground and not take fall damage.
Sure, yeah.
The Spell Drinker's Mace. If the wielder uses this mace to kill a creature previously hit by a spell, the wielder regains either gains a temporary spell slot or regains a spent spell slot equal to the spell used on that creature.
I think I want to reach for that one.
All right.
Heck
So
yeah.
as you reach for the crate, it opens to you. And you take it out, and the crate closes behind it.
Okay, so remind me on those rules again.
If you hit a creature with a spell, or if a creature is hit by a spell,
Right.
you may kill. If you kill that creature with the mace, has to be finishing blow has to be done with the mace. You regain the spell slot if you did it, or you gain a temporary spell slot if it was somebody else's spell.
So it has to be the target of a spell and a melee attack?
If it's been hit by a spell at all.
Yeah.
Okay. And I KO with the mace.
Correct.
I get spell slot back.
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
Of equal measure.
Okay, to whatever the spell was cast.
You can't cast a level 1 spell and then get a level 2 spell slot back.
Got it. All right, I got Spell Drinker Mace.
All right. The Titan Strider boots decrease fall damage down to 1/4, but quadruple height and distance of your jumps.
Oh.
Win-Pooh probably used that.
Are they your size?
Win-Pooh hates shoes.
I guess in essence, the Ghost Striders and the Titan Striders are rather similar.
He pulls them on.
You take one, I'll take the other. Whichever is your preference.
Win-Pooh take the jumpy ones.
I'll take the teleporty ones.
Wonderful.
The rest of the items are the Fresh Air Ring, the Toy Soldiers, the Stamp of the Stubborn Mule, the Everflame Candle, and the Dragon Egg. Any of those sound interesting to you?
Tell me about the mule, Tulloose.
The Stamp of the Stubborn Mule. Any inanimate object stamped with this stamp it gains the ability to move, but only if you convince it to. Its strength is equal to that of a mule. It has a DC 12 charisma.
That sounds dumb.
Either of you want it?
I don't know. We'll wait on that one.
That's Win-Pooh telling you it sounds dumb. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's a cool item, but I'm like, oh, wait a minute now.
I'll just go through the rest of them.
Yeah,
the
what else
Fresh
we got?
Air Ring provides a single breath of fresh air to the wielder and refills after 1 hour.
I'll hang on to that one.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So,
Fresh earring.
There's your
That's
3.
that's
my
all
three.
3 items.
Yeah.
The remaining ones are the toy soldiers, the stamp of the stubborn mule, the everflame candle, and the dragon egg.
What's in the egg?
A dragon, I suppose. It likely won't hatch for at least another 1,000 years, it says.
Is it really hard?
Probably.
I'll take it.
I was wondering why I didn't make an omelet out of that bad boy.
The toy soldiers it's a collection of 3 toy soldiers. One is the troop scout. It scouts ahead 100 feet searching for enemies and returns if it encounters any. The second is the mage scout. Searches ahead for any magic items, magic barriers, or any use of magic and returns to you if it finds any. And the third is the trumpeter. It can be paired up with either or both of them, and it will actually signal to you if either of them encounter one of those things.
That's pretty cool. We both have 3 though.
You have 3? Oh, you took the
boots.
dragon egg.
Yeah.
God, that was... I put that in there as like the stupid thing that nobody's obviously going to want.
I have low intelligence.
The Everflame candle's the last one. It's
Win-Pooh.
just...
I'll wait.
It's just a 5-foot radius candle. Has no heat is produced by the flame. It just illuminates your area. Is that?
Will you tell me about those boots one more time?
Yeah, 1/4 fall damage, but quadruple jump.
Okay.
And yours allow you to teleport anywhere within your movement range.
Right. Without actually moving there.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So, if you're in somebody's area, then teleporting out, they still get an opportunity of attack.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like pass through their area with your teleport, like you start here and end here, but they're here, you don't trigger that because you teleported to the other end of it.
Cool beans.
Oh,
Would that have...
Sorry.
Would that have... Yeah, I'm putting on boots. We're like both sitting there. We're like putting on these boots and everything.
How are we on time?
We're at, I'll give you that silently as we pass through.
The mighty wing.
Where are we now? Okay.
No meta. When do we speak of no meta?
All right. Well,
This is all part of the cosmic game, I know.
y'all were about to say something to each other before I asked that.
I just pulled on my boots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I was going to ask you, actually, out of character. Would that do anything for attack of opportunity since I actually don't move away?
No, like you preparing to get away, they get that attack of opportunity while you're like if you're leaving their area, they still get an attack of opportunity. Okay. But if you're passing, like if your teleport would go through that area, because you teleport in a straight line,
right?
You can't teleport where you can't see,
right?
If I'm teleporting past Keith, he doesn't get an opportunity attack. Okay,
that's what I'm wondering. I can get past somebody without doing the attack of opportunity.
But if you're already in their area and you go to leave it through teleporting, even so, they still get attack of opportunity.
I'm down with that. Okay, that'll work.
Win-Pooh grabs his axe, his great axe, and he's sitting on like a log, and puts both of his feet on the bottom end of the axe head and grabs the handle and pulls the handle out, and then like kicks that head to the side and jams the handle down into the new axe head.
Wasn't that some sort of family heirloom?
All the rust that was on the new axe head that you got along the edge, it was very little to begin with, but it all flakes away, and now it's like a shiny, super sharp edge.
He takes the axe and like rubs it against some of his fur. Doesn't he get shaved off?
They almost like pop off. Okay. Like it doesn't even, you don't even feel any drag or resistance. It's like they're getting out of the way of this blade.
Oh, Win-Pooh does love magic blades.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Hopefully you'll be able to use it against some bugs tonight.
I've wanted to see that one in action. You want to give it a test swing?
Sure.
I'll show you my weapon if you do.
I just like grab it with like and swing it up into the air, knowing that it like extends, I guess. Well, no, I have modifiers.
Yeah.
So an attack roll would be, nice, 18. So it goes 8 feet.
Yeah. So it hooks onto a leaf and it tears the leaf back as it comes down.
That's pretty cool.
But of course, it does use an action to make that strength check. So if you have a extra attack, you can't use extra attack and that at the same time.
So I'm gonna attack to hit, and then I roll the other roll.
No, using that feature of it is your action.
Okay.
It's like attacking with a spell or whatever. That is your whole action.
Gotcha.
You can use it like a regular axe.
And without having to do that.
Correct.
Cool.
There you go. Yeah, I have to say, it actually does seem like that might be useful.
We'll see.
Would you like to see the weapon I took from the crate?
Yes.
Based on what you just showed us earlier, I am intrigued, but
Very much.
It only gives me 3 shots a day, but I normally only need 2 at night because there's only ever 2 waves of enemies.
dear God, there's 2 of us.
So I suppose I can show you the 3rd extra shot that I'd have. And he points it at a tree.
And it just looks like a desert eagle.
It looks like a desert eagle. Like very, very shiny chrome desert eagle. And he pulls the trigger and you hear a click and caw-caw! And a giant fiery eagle juts forward out of the end of the barrel, and it grabs onto the tree and rips it out of the ground as it shoots up into the air.
Oh man.
And just as it's about to go too far for you to even see anymore, an explosion occurs. And it is vaporized the tree. There's not even debris to fall anymore.
Win-Pooh has a hand over his eyes looking up into the sky.
Byron's looking down at the candle. Why couldn't we have gotten here first?
I wish we did.
It seems that I can only hit one target at a time with it, but all others, I guess it goes back to its description, all will fear the roar of the desert eagle. Any enemies who hear the sound run away in terror.
I fear it.
I ran away a little bit.
So when do the bugs get here, Tulloose?
It'll be any moment now. The sun is starting to set. You might want to get ready.
You're always ready for battle.
Out of work.
So you're all pretty well caught up on what your items do, everything like that.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Mr. Tulloose, do you fight these things off every night? Like, when do you have time? Like, do you work on your little raft during the daytime? Like,
Yes, I've been...
how long have you been awake, man?
I build... What's his voice? I build the raft during the daytime. And then, just at dawn, which I didn't get my nap in because I had to greet you fine folk, I get a good power nap in at that time, and then at night I defend the creatures. Or, fend off the creatures, I should say. And I'm glad you reminded me about the raft. The creatures usually come in 2 waves. First, a sort of scouting party, and then a more beefy party. I like to call them the bruisers. They will come later.
Playing Helldivers, boys.
Yeah. So, I think the raft is pretty well done. I think tonight might be the night. I think after the second wave comes, we could probably leave this island. And he takes his spatial bag and he puts it on the corner of the raft, and it slowly shrinks into the bag, and he puts it over his shoulder.
It's like a python swallowing a pig kind of thing. Just
Yep.
Those are very useful.
Indeed. And he pats it.
I'm both impressed and frightened.
But it wouldn't do for us to try and get out there right now, as they would no doubt catch up to us, as they can fly. And if they destroy our sail, we'll be dead in the water.
It's been 8, maybe more days since I've killed something. Is it soon?
Yes.
Will the bugs be here soon?
Make a
Please
perception
give
roll.
this man something to kill soon.
I need it.
So are we going into
14.
the darkness?
Yeah, the sun is now setting. It is getting rather dark.
And we're in the same area where the magic items had been living.
Living.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tulloose, you hear some skittering in the forest and some rather loud thumping. He's like, "Oh, that's a new one."
Oh,
and he begins grabbing all of the wooden debris and stuff from building the raft, and he's throwing all the extra wood onto the fire, and it's just making a huge pit. Do either of y'all have night vision?
Yeah.
You have
I
dark
do
vision?
not.
You do not.
I do not.
Okay. Well,
For once in my life, I have more vision than someone.
as he loads all this firewood onto the fire, it builds a pretty good stack, and now you can see a good 30 feet around this fire.
Nice.
And he says, now that we don't have to defend the raft because I'm carrying it, we only have to defend ourselves and each other. And once we make it through this night, we're home free.
Tulloose, please don't shoot me with the eagle.
I won't. I'll have to save that for the enemies.
Please don't shoot him with the eagle. You'll just make him mad.
I mean, accidentally is what I just mean. Don't accidentally shoot me with it.
Intentionally, I mean, yeah, bring it on.
I only have 3 shots. I try to be as careful with them as possible.
I lean over to Byron and say, we must protect the fat one.
Agreed. He's got the raft. If there's going to be any way to get out of here, it's going to be on that raft.
Well, are you capable in battle, Byron?
Oh, gods, no.
Alright, this is going to be my first time ever running combat, too, so... Again,
You've got the big, shiny chopper.
Yeah, I will deal with them.
I'll do what I can. I'll see if I can protect the, Tulloose.
I think that's a good plan.
Alright, guys. I think it's about time now. The first wave should be coming in any minute. We'll try and fend off the first wave, and then the second wave will be coming. Those won't be as easy to beat, so I'm going to fire the Desert Eagle at the second wave, and they should all scatter into the jungle. That should buy us enough time to get down to the beach and the raft in the water. Are you ready?
Sound like plan?
I like it. It's a plan, but this all sounds very coordinated.
Is that not what plan is?
Oh, yeah.
You hear the flap of insect-like wings, but larger than you've ever heard them before. And the first creature lands before you just into the light. And
Oh, great Keith, protect us.
it looks like a humanoid praying mantis, but it has like dragonfly-type wings.
That's kind of cool.
Nice.
And they all have what appear to be rather sort of tribal-looking spears. They all have like jaw bones that have been sharpened on the end of the spear shaft.
Nice.
And let's roll some initiative.
Let's
So
initiate their
spatially, just so I can think about it, we're in a circle with a fire in the middle,
Yes.
30-foot radius. There's darkness. I picture like we're at 3 points on a triangle at this point. Or Byron, are you close to Tulloose?
I'm kind of hanging back closer toward the fire with Tulloose.
Okay.
So I guess y'all, Pinkerton Tulloose, like this way is the beach, this way is the big scary mountain.
Got it.
Okay.
I guess Pinkerton is facing towards the big scary mountain. He has the fire and the direction towards the beach to his back.
Okay.
Okay. I'm with good old Pinky.
All right.
I imagine I'm to their left, probably,
All
a
right.
few feet away, ready to do battle.
So the other dungeon boys are on either side of Pinkerton Tulloose, also facing towards
Sure.
the mountain
Towards
of
the meat of
locusts.
the island.
Head on a swivel, yeah, but
Yeah.
Gotcha.
looking at the locusts.
All right. Well, the first one has landed on the edge of the circle. It appears to have gone in a straight line straight from the mountain, and
Okay.
it is right there in your view.
Dang.
Uh,
I got the old 16 on the initiative.
Is that where we're rolling initiative?
roll a perception first.
Ooh.
21.
All right. What are the rules
21.
on dark vision again?
I'll tell you.
I'll go ahead and say
Can
since
see
you
in
have
the
21 perception, you both hear that there are.
Oh, I don't have dark vision.
He does not have dark vision. Excellent.
I accidentally almost built a goblin earlier instead of a Goliath, and he had dark vision.
You both certainly hear more than this one visible locust, but you cannot see them as they are outside the firelight.
I
I'm
hear
glad
more
you
than
don't
one.
have dark vision because
Yep.
this is how I pictured this going.
Okay, cool. I hear more than one. Do not let him fool you.
Do what now?
There's more than one locust creature. There's
Yeah.
like a bunch of them out in the
We
woods.
both had 21, so.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Win-Pooh didn't know that you also heard it. He's a dumb bear man.
Oh, y'all both looking at me. I'm like, all right, so yeah, it seems to be coming from everywhere.
No worry.
We're gonna have to be careful here.
Don't worry, you've got the ladle. I'm sure it's handy in some way.
Not as handy as the Desert Eagle, but
You can only use that so many times.
that's true. All right, initiatives.
14.
16.
And I will roll the Toulouse. Ooh.
Very bad beatboxing section.
Pinkerton Tulloose got a 17. I don't really have a character built up for him because he's not going to do much but
Swing that ladle, boy.
swing his ladle and shoot his gun.
Hey.
And the gun does not have any modifiers.
Brice, don't show us the sausage and the casing separately. Just serve us the sausage.
That's right. Put it on that plate
That is fair.
and bring it out
Or
fresh and
it's
hot.
just serve the audience the sausage at least.
That's
You can
right.
let us see it.
I don't want to see that.
Well, yeah,
I don't want to see that.
Keith, I'm going to need you to roll again.
What about a 18?
All right.
Hey, now.
Hey now, this is what D&D is made of. Math and writing.
For everybody at home, it has been a hot minute.
We
it has
have
been a hot
not
minute.
played in a while.
That's right.
It's also Bryce's first time DMing.
This is.
Round of applause.
Doing good. Doing
We're
good.
gonna- we're
Golf
gonna
claps
find-
all around.
Am I doing okay so far? Are you
It's all
sure?
good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I'm accidentally passing into Stump's British voice every now and again.
You did that like very early on. I was like, ooh, Keith is going to get stuck in this and he's going to keep doing it a bit.
He's in a stump hole.
I'm trying not to, but it's happening.
Tell you what, join us on the old Discord. Let us know how we're doing.
Alright, we're going to try that and see how it goes. We might get an... Okay. Do you guys want to... I feel like this is a pretty good stopping point, don't you?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
So this will be the. I'm sorry we made you sit through the battle preparation to get to the end of the episode, but this is the end of the episode. We will get back with you on the next week to find out how this combat happens. Brice is doing a good job. Like Josh said, go find us on our Discord server. You can find that at Tank Media Games on Twitter. There is a pinned tweet where you can click the link to get into the Discord server, and you can chat Dungeon Boys with us all day, every day.
Go ahead. We dare you.
Next week, you will see more of Byron, Pinkerton Tulloose, and
Win-Pooh.
And Win-Pooh. I almost said Stump. And we will see you then. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to share us with your friends, write a review, that kind of thing. And we will see you next time. Please remember that we love you very much.
Bye.
Toodles.